Hello, I'm Sharon from the Stitch Foundry. I'm going to be showing you how to make these boho crochet hearts. You can use any yarn, and in fact they work really well using scrap yarn. You can also find the written pattern on my blog, thestitchfoundry.com. I'm going to be using US crochet terms. So to begin, start with a slip knot on your hook. Chain 3, and then we're going to be working 12 half double crochets into that first chain. So that's known as the third chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3. So we insert our hook. Now before you complete the stitch, we're just going to put our tail over so that we work over our tail. We're going to be enclosing our tail as we go around. So those first two chains count as your first half double crochet, and we've made another half double crochet. So we now need to work a further 11 half double crochet into that chain space. You can pause the video and I'll meet you at the last half double crochet. I'm just making my last half double crochet. So we now have 13 half double crochets, and we're going to slip stitch into that first stitch, which is that chain 2, the top of the chain 2, to close our round. And then if you wanted to further close up the circle, you just give a tug and then you can weave that in at the end, and that will be tighter. For round 2, we're going to be working in the back loops only. So these are our front loops and these are our back loops. Chain 2, and then work a double crochet into the back loop only. So you can see there, that's the back loop. The next stitch, we're working 3 treble crochets. So a treble is where you wrap the yarn twice around your hook, insert your hook, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. So we're working 3 treble crochets into that stitch. Now our next stitch is the same, 3 treble crochets in the next stitch. Remember, we're working in the back loops only. And don't forget, you can always pause the video or fast forward or rewind. You can even change the speed on YouTube. For our next 2 stitches, we're working 2 double crochet in each. So that's 2 in that one, 2 in the next one. So it's back loops only. Our next stitch is actually the center of the bottom of the heart, and we're working a double crochet, 2 treble crochets and a double crochet all into that one stitch in the back loop. So it's double crochet, 2 trebles and a double crochet. Now as we work back up that side, we're doing this side in reverse. So it's 2 double crochets twice. So it's 2 double crochets in one stitch, 2 double crochet in the next stitch, and then 3 treble crochets in each of the next 2 stitches. So it's 3 in that one, and then 3 in the next one. Okay, our next stitch is a double crochet, and then for the next stitch we're just chaining 2 and slip stitch into the whole stitch, so not just in the back loop, we're slip stitching into the full stitch. And the reason for that is to bring the yarn to the front, because for round 3 we're working in the front loops of the row below, so we're working in these unworked front loops. So chain 3 and then slip stitch in the next front loop, chain 3, and it helps to tuck your work under so that you can see the unworked front loops. And so that's our repeat: chain 3, slip stitch in the next front loop. So work your way around and I'll meet you on the last stitch. I've just worked the slip stitch into the last front loop. So now all I'm going to do to close the round is slip stitch into that first slip stitch. So it's slip stitch in the last stitch and then slip stitch into the first stitch. You then chain 1 and we're going to fasten off. If you're going to make a loop to hang it, make sure you leave long enough so that you have your loop and you have enough to sew in, and then just pull it through. With a darning needle, we're going to first of all, because our yarn is at the front, just insert your needle into the back and it just pulls it through to the back. And then to make our loop, you simply insert your needle, pull through the tail, then make sure you've got your loop at the length you want it, and then you just make another little stitch, and when you bring that one through you make a little knot in our loop. And you then, my needle came out. I'm really bad at sewing. I'm so bad at sewing, at hand sewing. And then you just weave that end in, and you do the same with your tail. So pull your tail tighter, and because you've already enclosed it, you just need to finish, sort of close that round, and that's it. And there's your heart. So there you go.